I'm exhausted but wide awake. So, giving it a few minutes. I have a fun story. Just a little example of the kind of person some people are that I'm not. Hello again. Hey Dudley. Hell no. I'm not made up with who. Chico, we're girls. I fucking love this show. So I'm gonna take a minute. Can y'all hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Put 1 in the chat if you can hear me at this volume, so I know I don't have to talk louder. No, it was not on the phone. My phone died. It was charging and it wasn't charging well. Okay, hold on 2 seconds. Alright, so I would just popped over there when I logged in to see if it was any updates. And I saw something about that me and Chris aren't together, says Lindsay, so she can't steal him, but she doesn't want any man babies. I think it's funny that she's calling him a man baby in his own chat. So that's funny. Now, what's also funny is that prior to Luke, and who was around in 2019? Does anyone remember Jason? Not my Jason, but Lindsay's Jason. Well, I'm going to explain to you why I think Chris is the perfect match for Lindsay and she might want to reconsider. Okay. So prior to all this drama, when Lindsay first met me in 2019 and met others, she had a boyfriend briefly who then left her randomly. Disappeared. Didn't say goodbye, didn't leave a note, just left her. Right, there you go, some weirdos. But do you want to know a weirder thing and why Chris makes the perfect person for her? Because dude was hot. I'll give her that. And I was always very surprised. I remember when she showed me him in her pictures, I was like, the fuck? He was also into some weird kinky shit. Not really kinky in a sense that I would find kinky. I don't even know if Muggsy or Kira would find it kinky. But he was into something called casting. Does anyone know what casting is? One in the chat if you know what casting is. Okay, casting is when you get sexual pleasure out of people wearing casts. So he would buy at-home kits, and I think it first started with himself, and he would like put a cast on his hand, put a cast on his foot, but then it got to a point where and I'm not 100% sure on that, but what I do know is that he eventually, what he did is he wanted to put cast on Lindsay, and he did. So he put, like, I think she said I don't know exactly where it started, but it'd be like an arm cast, and it was basically they would get this like sense of like taking care of someone who was, you know, unable to take care of themselves. I think at one point there was a full leg cast, and it just kept progressively getting worse and worse to where it probably would have eventually been a full body cast. And she allowed this, she did it. I said, hey, you love the guy, so people are into weird shit, you know. And even after all that, the guy still fucking left her. So I don't know about you, but seems like she's just in the right place at the right time for a new crazy to come into her life. Um, when you're allowing your boyfriend to reluctantly put casts on your body so that he can carry you around the house and then God knows what else he does to you, um, and he still leaves your ass, that says a lot. Like, that's some freaky ass freak shit that you're not going to be able to, like, necessarily go and find a new girlfriend right away that's down for that. Or maybe you did. I don't know. The whole point is that Lindsay is not adverse to crazy men. She found, and I'll give Luke some credit, he's a good person, but he was in a relationship with Tracy up until she passed away. He was in jail when she passed away. That's not anything on him, but the point is he was very much, shut the fuck up. Yes, it is true, bitch. Get out of here. Go suck a toe. I kicked him out in the pandemic. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, because you wanted people to find him just like you wanted people to find Luke. Can't I ever tell the truth? Can you ever tell the truth? Bag of bones, can you? Can you, Lindsay? Listen, go get your man. You could use a man that could pay for some shit for you so you could maybe, like, wash your dishes instead of flushing your toilet. It's great that you can flush your toilet, sweetheart, but can you go wash a dish? Can you do your laundry? Because you told me that you have piles of dirty laundry that you can't do because you have no running water, and that you just throw your clothes away and you buy new ones at Goodwill. I could never. And I could never fucking admit that to someone if I did live that way. Yeah, Lindsay, you're the one with the stereotypically, like, incapability of truth. So, anyways, for those who just joined, let's go over what casting is again. So, the reason why Chris and Lindsay would make a great couple is because Lindsay's live-in boyfriend, who left her on a whim, motherfucking was into putting casts on her, which she reluctantly let him do because he got some sort of sexual pleasure out of it. Honestly, I mean, Chris is a weirdo, but I don't think he'd want to put casts on you. So, you should shoot your shot, bitch. Go for it. I honestly, ugh. And the fact that you're over here saying, Kathy bought that ice maker she bought it for me. She didn't buy it for you, Lindsay. And no one wanted you to have it. I offered it to you. And then they gave me the go ahead. So, you're welcome again, bitch. You ungrateful piece of shit. I care more about the fact that you're running your lies and your bullshit than I give a fuck what Chris is saying. I could give two shits less. I'm not answering Muggsy. Stop calling. Two guys left her high and dry, skipping on the rent. Well, she didn't, and I don't know her relationship with Luke, but I do know that she bought a plane ticket and a train ticket that neither of them he used. So, maybe this won't work out. I don't know. I mean, but, if I'm going to waste my time with a guy who wants to put casts on me, and let's disregard the fact that she's saying she kicked him out. Who gives a fuck if you kicked him out or if he left you? I don't know the exact story. It was fucking 7 years ago. All I know is that you were into a dude who got sexual pleasure out of putting casts on people and then carrying them around the house and then doing God knows what to them. That's creepier and freakier shit that I think Kira and Muggsy would even be into. So why wouldn't you get with the man child that is throwing a fit because he's not getting his way because he said some egregious, horrible things? Like, he seems right up your fucking alley. So I don't get why you wouldn't try to get with him. You've tried to get with multiple people, and you did want Mike to move in there. Regardless if you were trying to help him out or not. You're asking some stranger on the internet to come live with you, Lindsay, and that would have been the second. Okay, some stranger. You're not even dating them. You're not getting to know them. You're just asking them to come into your home, a home that's not even yours, that you rent. Like, again, it seems like Chris is more made for you. So again, if you're not realizing that, maybe you should open your eyes. Because it's right there in front of you. You've got your next project, your next whatever the fuck you like to do with these broken men. I mean, at least get you your 300. Go buy you an aloe sweatshirt. Do something. She can have him. And I'm not just saying that. I don't know what this dog is doing, but he's driving me insane. Remy, are you like losing your mind, buddy? What's up? You want... Okay, hold on. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. There, I had to get him water. I'm like, I swear to God, like, karma is a bitch. And she really does keep receipts because, it's my own karma. But after making fun of Sophie's dog not getting water regularly, I'm turning to do the opposite. Now I have to regulate my dog's water because he's getting old and he's getting, like, incontinent or something. I don't know. I gotta take him to the vet soon because I don't think it's a bladder infection. I had a cat who had crystal urine, and I've experienced bladder infections and UTIs in animals before. It just seems like he's just peeing where he wants to pee. I'm like, the fuck are you doing, man? He just stands there, looks at me, and starts peeing, and I'm like, are you getting old? What is going on? And I don't know. She's over there talking a whole mess of shit. Trying, and she is played desperate to be. She's desperate to be with any man that somebody else on YouTube had. Right? I mean, she went after Luke after Tracy died. He's still not over Tracy. He wasn't over Tracy last year. He wanted to go live about Tracy. But then he wanted me to pay him. And I was like, I just don't do that anymore. I don't pay for interviews anymore because, I just don't do that. I don't get the views. I don't do reality TV. So it was kind of obsolete, and I didn't really see. I was like, back in the day, you need to go lay down. I'll tell you right now, I can't deal with this in a baby. I can't. I don't know why everything has to be so fucking difficult. If you piss on my floor, I'm gonna put you outside. Okay, I don't care if it's 30 degrees. I don't care. You don't hear me say that. I don't care. Hey, man. I can get a fucking break. Probably sold the ice maker. Probably hasn't cleaned it once since she's gotten it. Probably doesn't even realize that you have to clean it. It's probably using tap water in it. Okay? I doubt the ice maker even exists anymore. She probably broke it with her dirty water. And where's she gonna fill it up? In the bathtub? Do what you gotta do, man. Maybe she's using it to wash her clothes. I don't fucking know. Luke was so freaked out by her, he posted Lauren Marie on his IG to get her to leave him alone. Really? I love Lauren Marie. I need to hit her up. Like, back in the day, 2 years ago, because of where I was and everyone was on the internet, I never said anything. But when I needed help with my kids, like, of all the people from the internet that helped out, like, she was the biggest help ever. She picked me up from the airport. She took me to Tucson and back, and she went with me to the courthouse. She did so much to help me get my kids back. She is a really good person. Or she's making ice for the Eskimo men's igloo. She can, right? First she said there was no gift card from Brooke, and now she said there's, yeah, that's bullshit. And she got that from fucking Maria. Maria, who tried to say the same thing, but then I proved wrong by showing her little screenshot. Like, how do you receive a virtual gift card that I don't have the card number of? Then somehow I used it 2 months later. Please. She clearly forgot she used your fucking card. But honestly, as far as he's concerned, I'm not even going to go back and forth with him. And like 90% of the reason why I tried to, talk to him again was to avoid this kind of shit. But it doesn't matter what I do, he's going to go live and bitch and cry about me. So it is what it is. Lindsay has no shame. Lindsay's more on par with someone that person should be with. Anyways, I don't trust him as much as I can. Maria's over there modding for him. What a surprise, right? I'm not stupid. We know that he's been talking to people, and not in a way of like talking to people like, oh, we're talking, but like talking shit and people in his ear about me. You know what I mean? It's been going on since jump, and I don't even give a fuck anymore. She didn't forget. She plain out lied again. Possibly. That's so weird. And do you remember anything about that? Like years ago, me giving Maria a gift card and then it having been used 2 months later and she blaming me for not. I didn't even know that existed until Brooke said something. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like with Amzi and Maria. I'm like, what? I forgot I even gave gift cards out. That's how long ago. As I think it was like the winter of 2021. And I think Maria was like, I barely knew who Maria was back then. So I definitely just didn't remember. But anyways, fucking weirdos, man. Fucking weirdos. Are you better now? Old man. Yeah. Are you weird? Are you acting weird because I'm pregnant? Just lay down. I'm fine. Dog is acting so weird. I love you. I don't want to be licked. Especially after I watched this short about how like dogs' mouths aren't cleaner than people. I think that's like common fucking sense. But someone put like dog saliva under a microscope and then they did cat saliva under a microscope. Oh my god. The things that were in that shit, like I don't want any animal licking any part of me ever again. Just please don't lick me. Like, okay, until you can brush your own teeth, don't lick me. I love you, but don't lick me. Oh, yeah, he's pointless. Yeah, I don't, like... I'm watching the Gilmore Girls episode where it's snowing, and Lorelai's talking about her love of snow. Anyone like Gilmore Girls? I'm obsessed. If you don't... This dog is really bothering me. I honestly can't handle it. Like, please go lay down away from me. Try not to worry too much about it. And it's either both. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Like, I just don't want to deal with him anymore. So the easiest thing I can do is not fight. But you're not going to contact me and start trying to force... Let me turn this down. Don't do it, Lane. Don't do it, Lane. She's going to touch his hair. Well, she ran her fingers through his hair. She did it, and now she's running through the street. In the half snowstorm that no one buys, because Universal Studios was a little bunk back here. Back in the day. Because that's where it was filmed, in case you didn't know. Universal Studios, California. But yeah, so I don't typically like to date freak men. I like guys that are typically smart, intelligent, have some sort of like shit together in some sort of way. Like, the good thing about AJ is he's not overly emotional. He's not, he would never take to the internet and cry about anything. Even when we separated back in 2023, he never once came to the internet. He never once contacted anyone from the internet. People tried to play like he was, but I know him better than that. Like, he has more couth than to run to the internet for, like, sympathy. He has also more intelligence and has more... Like, he would contact someone in his real life. Like, he did. He wouldn't contact someone on the internet. Like, that shows that you have no one in your real life, Chris, to go to. I messaged his brother, like, about... Was it, like, 2 weeks ago when he was throwing a fit? Like, 2 weeks ago. I don't think it ever came to the internet. He was kind of doing the same thing. No, he came to Deadly's. And he was throwing a fit about... Was it Zeus? That was possibly after. Either way, he had sent me some messages after, because I don't know if anyone in his family actually passed away, bro. I can't trust the guy for shit. It's like he's looking for sympathy from me. Like, all of a sudden his grandpa dies, and all of a sudden he's going to all this family stuff, but his family can't stand him after what went down with him and his aunt. Like, everyone in his family took his aunt's side. So why would you even put yourself in that situation? And I guess he went. So in my mind, what he basically tried to do is he thought that if he went to the funeral and was there for his grandma, that, like, everyone in his family would, like, forgive him, and everyone was still, like, really standoffish. So he messaged me, and he's like, that's it. Like, you're my only family. Like, you and your kids are it. And I'm like, yeah, me and my kids that you threatened CPS on? Like, okay. I said that in my head. And then he's like, she starts sending me text messages. He was, like, shooting text to his younger brother, who is a successful, you can find him. I'm not going to give his info out, but since I know his info, you can find his LinkedIn. Like, he's a businessman, and the kid's, like, 5 years younger than him. So that says a lot. You know, when your younger brother's like super fucking successful and you're sleeping all day in your dad's apartment, like, it's not someone that I'm like gonna jump up and down for. Like, anyways, I'm getting off the point. The point is he shows me this text between him and his brother, and he's like cussing his brother out because he won't send him money. And you know, I've dated the kid for over what? It's been since the beginning of 2024. So it's quite a while, right? So I felt the need to reach out to his brother. And I was merely like, hi, my name is Amy. I don't know if you've heard about me. I've dated your brother online for the last like year and a half. And he sent me the recent text between you and him. And he was like cussing you out for money. And, you know, he's been causing, you know, drama in my life for the last few months. I tried to end things with him, and it's just been a battle back and forth. You know, can I ask why you don't really have a relationship with him, or if there's something wrong with him, or can you give me any advice? And if it's too much, I understand, you know, like, just thank you for reading my message. So he got back to me in a few hours, and he was like, I'm so sorry, Amy, to hear this. Like, what did he say here? I can't even find it. Oh, and hello, Amy. I'm sorry to hear that. He says, I honestly have cut contact with him. I ignore/block messages that are ever sent to me, and I advise you to do the same. And I was like, wow. And I was like, okay. And I basically was like, thank you for that. I understand. I'm like, I'm so sorry that you have that relationship with your brother. I couldn't imagine. Me and my brother have the same age difference, and we're like best friends. I'm sorry to hear that. That's your experience with him as well, and I appreciate the advice. And that was it. Me and my brother are best friends. I can never understand how. I mean, I know a lot of siblings don't get along, but like, you know, we were 5 years apart. I'm the older sibling, like, but I used to take my little brother everywhere with me. Like, I was kind of forced to as a child. Like, I was like his mom. But looking back now, I'm glad that he was with me and not with my parents. You know, like, I'd be the one to take him to malls. I was the one to take him on his first dates. Like, I did everything. Like, I can't imagine, like, fighting with your little brother like that. And the fact that they have such opposite lives says that there's something wrong there. You know what I mean? It's not, me and my brother are kind of on the same wavelength as far as our success in life. You know, sometimes there's a sibling, or it seems like to me like either all are successful or like, but like, I mean, I know a couple of, like, my mom's brother is a surgeon. You know, he went, but he got there because he was able to go to the military, you know, after their dad died when they were really young. My mom's mom was single, had a lot of guys in and out, you know, but so their childhood was rough. You know, it was especially rough for him because he was a dorky white kid, and they moved back and forth between Buffalo, New York, and Honolulu, Hawaii. And back in the 70s, like, little white kids were bullied. They were called howlies in Hawaii. And so he had like a hard knock life, even harder than the girls. Like, my mom used to beat up his bullies. That's where I get a lot of my from, is my mom. Um, and, but, you know, because he was a boy and he was older later in life, when he graduated, you know, he wanted to get the fuck out of there. So he went to the army, and through the army, he became a surgeon and everything like that. My mom and her sister didn't, I mean, I guess they could have went to the army, but they were more like Rolling Stone, hippie kids, and they decided to leave Niagara Falls at like 16 and 17 and travel across the country, and ended up in Redondo Beach, California. And that's where they stayed, and then they had us, my cousins and stuff, and all that. So in that aspect, it kind of makes sense because obviously he was older. You know, he had different opportunities, or he took different opportunities to get and have a more successful life. You know, they were hippie kids that just lived on the streets and kind of just were like doing their own thing and chose different paths. But yeah, I don't. Everything that this kid has told me has been a lie, probably. I got my TV. It's a Fire TV, like smart TV, so it has like all my old pictures that like, and I haven't seen some of them, and it's just like all the kids when they're babies. His little LT with a little shark on his head, and he's wearing a little orange shirt with a tie. It's so cute. I remember when he was little. I'm so excited to have another little one. I'm also scared. I'm also scared. Yeah, me and my brother always have been very close. That's why, like, he struggles with some issues, and some of those issues make him think that people are against him that aren't, which is rough, because a lot of times he'll be, like, thinking XYZ because the voices, and I have to be like, bro, like, if I was mad at you, I'd call you and cuss you the fuck out. I'm not gonna be talking behind your back and you're gonna hear through some fucking weird grapevine. Like, I have to like snap sense into him and be like, dude, like, come on, you think I'm gonna be talking to some rando that like is, bro? I'm not gonna put all his business out there, but you know, like, you know, there's something wrong with Chris because he just accepts everything because he doesn't have a choice. You know what I mean? When you have nothing to give, you don't really have a choice. I don't know where his money comes from, but he's sending money from the Canadian government. Like, the money that he sends me comes from unemployment. Like, I don't want your unemployment money. And I mean, that's literally the only money he's ever sent me. It's not like he goes and works for a living or is doing anything that's... He's literally mooching off the government and then, like, acting like he's a big baller on the first of the month. Fun fact, he goes through whatever that money is before it's the 7th. Like, how are you an adult if you're given, let's say he gets double what he used to send me, right? Let's say he gets $600-700 Canadian. Oh my god, little Elton again is so cute. How do you go through that in a week? I mean, I guess it must be nice living with a parent. I wouldn't know. Um, and I'm not even trying to talk shit. I'm just trying to talk honesty. Like, this is like honesty, the shit that I have to sit here and like think about and consider. You know what I mean? Like, I have to sit here and consider these things. And like, for instance, like, it's been, I did. He didn't, what do you mean? I should have asked him details and knew everything. I knew as much as I could from a distance, Whitney. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But that's the choices he made, and that got him where he is right now. He's not looking to better himself. No, he's not. And you know, I'm not having someone move in here and just like mooch off of me. Like, I've given him opportunity after opportunity for like over a year. Like, you should look for a job here. I could get him a job at Geico like right now and get him licensed. Like, even though I don't work there anymore. Like, even better that I don't work there because I don't necessarily want to work with my whatever he was, you know, boyfriend, whatever. I don't want to work with someone I'm with. So, like, what are you spending your money on? He said paying his dad rent and then I guess groceries. I don't buy that. And even if that is the case, then okay, but like, it's still not adult. That's like what 14, like, even not 14-year-olds, because that was just probably me, but let's say you're 19, 20, and you live with your parents. Like, that's what you do then. It's not what you do when you're like mid-30s. Like, sleep all day, stay up all night, like, play music and cry about it. Like, that's fucking weird. He's got no ambition. Seriously, I was like, can you just start applying for jobs from where you're at? Like, go to the library. I can give you a list. I've been saying this for a year of places to apply, it's not easy to find jobs here. So it was really like, the best bet was Geico. And I'm like, I mean, he could have moved here and worked. Okay, even when I did work there, I probably would have still gotten him in, even though it's not like my ideal situation. But like, yeah, I'm still best friends with my training manager. So, like I said, I could definitely get him in. I would probably get him into a different department. But like, he didn't want to even apply from a distance. I'll apply when I get there. No, no, I'd rather you apply now. I know why he moved from the other city. It was because his mom died. His mom passed away, and so they had to sell everything. I guess his mom, it sounds like his mom was the breadwinner, from what it sounds like. Because his dad's like 62, he's not that old. I think his dad would be the same age as my parents. And his mom was like Muggsy and AJ's age. Would be, if she was still alive. So she was younger, but I think she was the breadwinner because she got sick and she passed suddenly in 2020, and then they had to sell the house and move to the city. And I think that the aunt and uncle that he lived with in the city as well, like, I don't know if they lived in the house with them as well, but it seemed like they all moved to the city at the same time. And for whatever reason, he landed with his aunt and uncle because I guess they were like, I don't think his aunt could have kids. So she kind of like raised her sister's kids as her own, kind of. Like, even though his mom was his mom, like, you know what I mean? Like, the aunt was really active too. Like, I'm pretty sure the woman is who paid for him to come fly and see me. And he went back and disrespected her by getting into it. Even the verbal argument with her, he should have just respected his elders and got quiet. But his problem was is that she was a drinker too, like him, and she was the vodka drinker or whatever, as far as he told me. So she would buy the vodka and he would drink it with her. And it wasn't the best combination because they clearly are a lot alike when they get drunk. Are you serious? This guy's not fit for Greg. Well, I don't know about that. Gecko's not that reputable, sweetheart. Like, I mean, they got the like within a month of me leaving, we had a third story building, and the third story was like claims and claim. It was like the claims department. So I never went up there, but someone who worked up there had over like 300 rounds of bullets and a gun in their fucking purse. Like, luckily they found it before they did anything, but you don't bring 300 rounds and a gun to work for nothing. So, and then once I got out of training, like, the managers, they barely could wear fucking sweatpants to work or show up. 90% of them all worked from home and they weren't supposed to. I remember, I think the manager I had, I think she thought that, like, me and some of the other newbie people that got there, like, ratted on them because they were, like, cracking down on people coming to work and they like making people like work in office. And I honestly feel like her and a couple of the other managers thought it was like us new people that like ratted on them. Like, well, it's only because we fucking we're like supposed to have managers and there's no one fucking here. Like, well, we didn't even, I didn't. I don't know if someone else complained, but I was the most vocal in my fucking group. So if anyone was gonna bitch, it would probably have been me. So I think he is Gecko material. I mean, like you said, he just takes a lot of shit. So, like, he probably, because I mean, those people, like, because I worked in two different departments. I was working first in customer service, and then I got switched to sales. And what I was promised going to sales isn't what I got. It was more of like a retention position. And so that's why I quit. After I just couldn't take it anymore. I had done retention at other companies and I just wasn't interested in trying to save people that were like already. I just went from, because I wanted to like move up, you know what I mean? Like going into sales, I thought it'll be a better environment. Like, people want insurance instead of calling and being like, I'm gonna kill you because I haven't paid my insurance in 6 months and you canceled it. Why are you gonna kill me? What the fuck did I do? Like, I just answered the phone. Fuck. I mean, these people were crazy. It was either that or you're getting dealerships that are getting mad because they can't read a VIN number correctly. I'm like, can you slow the fuck down and read it like phonetically? A as in apple, B as in boy. They get so fucking pissed off. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry, man. like, I got called a cunt on the regular because they couldn't pay their bills. Like, I'm like, bro, this is bullshit. Like, this is, and I'll just pay your bill. Can you stop yelling at me? Fuck. The point of the story is if you believe he's just taking it, taking it, then that's the place to take it from. At least they pay you there. I don't pay, so. Like, but yeah, like, he had no, like, and I'm not trying to shit talk him, but I'm just trying to give honest reasons and why I wasn't gung ho to just move him into my apartment. After a year plus. And granted, he had his legal shit that he had to deal with. AC, who's like, I couldn't get him to come back. Trust me, he wanted to come back. He was supposed to come visit in June, and I put it off because I just had a bad feeling. Like, honestly, I just had a bad feeling. Like, and I'm really, like, intuition-wise. And by the time it was the summer of this year, I'm like, it's been like 7 months, like, since my kids met you. Like, theoretically, that's still a long time. And I'm just moving this person in now again. Like, it just didn't feel right. And I was trying to figure out a way that he could just come and visit. And that would have made the most sense. Would have been him to come fly out and visit a few more times before just moving here. But, like, he, like, wouldn't accept that. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't care. Like, when we started talking, after everything blew up back in, like, November, and then we made up the first time, I was on the phone with him. Granted, I don't talk on the phone with anyone in front of my kids usually. So, and I had him on speakerphone, and he starts, like, talking to the kids and just, are you excited to, like, see me? And I had to put him on off speakerphone and be like, please don't, like, I don't want to confuse them. Like, just say hi, but hey, it's Chris, hi. But you don't need to, like, start asking questions about when you move here and stuff. Like, and he could not accept that either. And I'm like, okay, you don't even care about like, you're not mature enough for any of this. Like, I'm sorry, you're just not. He's not. Like, he needs to find someone who's either around his same age or his same, like, mentality. Like, you don't necessarily need to be the same mentality, but Lindsay would be a great example of, like, someone who's not had children and is just more probably on the same maturity level. Like, I'm very immature when it comes to some of the things I say, but, like, when it comes to my, like, kids and my life, like, I'm pretty on point with that shit. So, and I handle it as I'm supposed to, and that makes me an adult. And I'm not trying to gloat or anything, but like, I do what I'm supposed to do, but it makes you an adult when you have kids. Like, it just takes you to a maturity level that you don't necessarily get if you don't have children. Yeah, mind games, but, like, you're not gonna fucking play mind games with my kids. And so if I say don't address my children, don't address my children. Like, fucking creeper McCreeperton. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. ugh. It's 6 o'clock, so I'm pushing, like, like the hour where it's like I have to be quiet because, like, if I'm gonna do too loud, they're gonna wake up because they get up around this time for school. So it's not school today, but I'm too loud. Jamie gonna come out here. Chris lives in La La Land. He needs to get his life together. He needs to get some sort of job. He needs to go to school. He supposedly has a degree. I don't know what it's in. I don't know if he has a degree or if he just went to college. I didn't tell you because honestly, I think he went, but he didn't get a degree. I don't know. It's because he worked for, like, with his uncle at that place. And he did work with family. Whoever said that was right. Non-bouncer. I mean, I don't care. Honestly, right now, like, what, is she in there right now? Well, were you trashing my pregnancy? Just on Chris's community tab yesterday, trashing your pregnancy. What do you mean trashing my pregnancy? Why is it coming for my pregnancy? Like, what the fuck? Whitney? No. Fuck. The demon has awoken. I literally just jinxed myself. Jamie is literally mini me. He just made like a T-Rex noise. Ow. I don't know if it's the way I'm sitting on this couch, but this baby's like kicking something. Ow. Please get off there. I'm like a chihuahua. Like, I know people think that I'm like 800 pounds and like gargantuan, but I'm really like barely 5'3", and I'm pretty small statured, and like my bladder is not happy. It's very small spaces being crammed on right now. Ow. Stop it. Damn. They're all attacking. Even the one inside me. Like, fuck. At least Remy's calm down. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, come back, and there's gonna be a big puddle of pee. I swear to God, don't pee on my floor. I'll let you out in like 20 minutes when it's not 4 degrees outside. Like, give the sun a chance to come up. Did you hear him? He's like, wow. God, fuck, the dude's awake. I love him. I did say you cheated because it feels like that to us. Well, I don't think so, because how can you cheat on someone who's not here with you? And Dudley made a good point. It wouldn't have happened if he had gotten his shit together, or if maybe he didn't get into a physical altercation with his aunt and have a legal affair to deal with for a year, you know? So it's on him. You know, he didn't come here. He wasn't here. You can't cheat on someone who's not here. Like, long distance or not, like, when I'm supposed to wait around for how long, and now I'm pregnant. I mean, I get it that it feels like I cheated on him, or that, I mean, I guess technically I did, but you know, technically I was still married too. You know, and he's like, and I even said that to him, and he's like, that was supposed to end because we were together. I'm like, but we weren't. But you weren't here for nearly a year. And now it's been over a year. It's going to be a year and a half sooner than not. So, and again, am I supposed to feel comfortable with him coming here after I supposedly cheated on him and got pregnant? Like, I think life should life before anyone moves here. Oh, someone else is awake and it definitely can't keep me. I don't know why you don't like me sitting on the couch. It doesn't like the way I sit when I sit on the couch or something. That's what was happening last night when my hand got kicked on the outside. I was like, ah. Ow, what are you doing? Oh, I had to go to bed early because, like, sitting on the couch, I don't know. Baby's not happy. But, yeah, I'm not going to sit here all morning and just keep bashing him. I can do it later. I can do it on Deadlies later. But, fuck him. If Eddie says anything atrocious, I'll find out. People will tell me if you could record it, it'd be great to have actual evidence, but I don't really care. I really don't. I'm not going to go sit over there and record him. I'm not. You know, he started talking about AJ again. I kind of swiped through his last live and see what he was saying. He was talking about AJ not sending the, it wasn't his job to send my ice maker. He was doing me a favor. And do I bitch about things? Yes. But retrospectively, it was not AJ's job to send Lindsay anything. It was a task that I asked him to do, and it took him a little longer. Like, I thought he mailed it, and it was sitting in his car for 2 weeks. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, well, it was like $60 to mail it. And I was going to pay him back, and I did. But I was like, $60? I don't think the thing even cost $60. I was like, ah, fuck. He's like, can you send it, like, back? And then have the person just send it to her, like, buy her one? Because it probably make more sense. And you know, he kept trying to convince me to do that, which I probably should have just done. I should have probably just done that. Because it would have made everything a lot easier. That it wouldn't have been on me, like, you know, her complaining that it took so long or anything like that, you know. But it was a gift, regardless. So, like, you know, this is why I just hope people see how she reacts to being gifted by people like me or like Brooke. Like, she's not very gracious. You know, even if the gift card was empty, let's say, like, it was a gift. You shouldn't be complaining about anything because in the end you wouldn't have had anything anyways. So say there was an accident with the gift card, like, and again, were these physical gift cards mailed out? I'm like, wasn't there a number on the back? Couldn't you have called yourself and figured out why it was empty? I mean, there's companies that sell those cards. You should probably inquire why there's no money on it when it says there's supposed to be, and they would have probably looked at the activity of the card. Again, handling things like an adult. Like, you know, children are the ones that would just, like, throw the card and be like, oh, ain't got nothing on it, click. Like, that's it. An adult's going to inquire as to why. Because someone spent money on that gift card, or at least thought they did, for you as a gift. Don't you want their money to not just go to waste? Like, and you were friends with Brooke. Why would you think she would send you on purpose a blank gift card? It shows how you look at your friends, Lindsay, and how you truly are. Because if you're friends with someone, why would you think they would send you a blank gift card on purpose? Autocorrect or the tree. I waked and baked and drinking iced coffee. I am right on time, right on tight. I know what you're trying to say, though. I just walked. I'm gonna read it as it says, though. I just walked and baked and drinking an iced coffee. I am right and tight. Me too, man. Me too. Fuck autocorrect. Or the tree. Holy shit. I wish. I swear to God, this pregnancy, I'm just so loopy all the time that I feel like I am. So, that's good. Ow. I'm tired of being kicked in the bladder. She does not appreciate anything people do for her, and she never will. Nope. And it was long before me. I can't remember who it was, but someone sent her a phone from like the Katie Joy's verse, you know, like not the anti-KJ people, but like the people that came before them, but during, you know, the first fallout and like the crash out with LB and stuff, like that group of women, someone sent her a phone and she was ungrateful about that. It's just, she's a very ungrateful person. And, you know, she does everything on her own. And she's like, I pay for everything on my own. First of all, only because I think her family is sick of her. And I'm not going to put her business out there, but she's bitched about her family a number of times to me. It's, again, a maturity level. Yes, after the baby, I can wake a big too. No, I don't know, but I can smoke at some point during the day. Ow. God, it's still quiet though. I think he went back to sleep. Which I think I might do myself. Or just lay down so his baby stops kicking me. Which honestly doesn't help. And then it like moves, and then I wake up and my arm's numb, and I'm like, God damn it. Like, what are you on that my arm's numb now? Like, I don't know. I'm not even that pregnant. I'm not looking forward to being like 8 months pregnant at all. I'm like, can I just have it now? Like, I'm pregnant enough now. It's gotta cook more. No. But 18 weeks, I'm almost halfway there. And honestly, I usually give birth at like 38 weeks, so technically I'm halfway there. Which is crazy, given that it feels like just yesterday I found out I was pregnant, so it's crazy. I was like sick for a good 2 weeks, so that made time fly a little bit. But fuck the bullshit. Go find your crazy men, because that's what you excel in, Lindsay, and shit talking, and you know, just pay attention over there. I'm not an idiot. I've seen him pop into I saw him at, people have seen him in people's chats. He thinks that he's slick. He thinks that I'm stupid, but no. Oh, some dog's out in the dog park going at it. It's alright. Remy. You doing okay, Remy? He's like, I think he's like my other dog got weird when I was about 5 or 6 months pregnant, back with Elton when I lived in LA still with all my dogs. Like, my 2 dogs back then, they didn't care, but my Chiweenie, she was like annoyingly on my side, like all the time. And like, he's starting to get like that. And I'm like, is it because I'm pregnant? Like, what? I'm like, what are you doing? He's just like glued to my side like a piece of tape. I'm like, you all right, Remy? Like, you doing okay? Yep, basically. I agree, Kimmy. Something that to that effect, that her parents are an issue because they don't help her more. She's disabled, for God's sake. There's plenty of disabled people that work part-time. Mm-hmm. Plenty. You know, my friend Christy here is one of them. Like, I know a lot of adults that work part-time and have disability for whatever medical reasons they have. Like, you can only work a certain amount of hours, but you can work to make a little extra pocket cash. And I mean, you could clean houses, you could babysit, you could cat sit, you could do a whole lot of things rather than just lay in bed and do nothing all day. So honestly, I wish them the best. I don't give a fuck. I know that you, um, I did hear Chris say, like, I hope she's probably seething mad right now. He was like, is she live? She's probably super mad or something like that. You know, I'm like, nah, man, I really don't give a fuck. Like, you've conditioned me not to. There's a saying that's, I brought it up a couple months ago called, date him until you hate him. I'm like, definitely have done that here. Like, I definitely dated him, and to the point to where now I hate him. And it's basically dating a red flag until the fun wears out. Like, and the fun has worn out. You know, yeah, I think it's funny too that people think I'm lying about being pregnant. It just doesn't make sense. I also showed my ultrasound. I don't get it. Like, I don't know how messy my kitchen is, but it's like, hold on. I'm trying to turn the camera on to show my fridge, but whatever. Because I have the sonogram photo on my fridge. So it's like, why would I have a sonogram photo on my fridge if I'm not pregnant? Like, I'm not that insane. Like, I'm insane, but I'm not that insane. I showed my appointment, everything. And I have my big scan in, like, on the 8th or something. So, like, like, a couple of weeks from now, I'm gonna find the sex out. And, like, it's the one where they, like, check all the anatomy, make sure everything's just intact. There's no holes in the hearts. There's no missing limbs. There's none of that. So I guess I'll have more proof then. Again, I could show my fat pregnancy stomach, but then people would just call me fat and just, they already do. So it's like, what's the point? Until I'm like pregnant, like there's no point because it's still, I mean, I'm all belly, but it does just look like I'm like a pot belly chick or something, you know, like I have a beer belly or something. At this point, it's still not pregnanting, like pregnant, you know what I mean? Like, so I guess when I'm like 7-8 months, I'll be like, am I lying now? And a month later, I'll have a baby, so. But I'm getting like weird cramps from sitting like this, so I'm gonna go lay down. No one said life is easy, but these people make it hard on themselves and want from everyone else. Exactly. They want attention, they want money and attention, they want to be coddled like children when they're not children anymore. It's like, and they want to come invade your space. Like, I think that I'm a good mother and that I'm a solid female, like single female, regardless of if I'm legally married or not. Like, I'm basically a single mom, and I'm not gonna just bring some dude in my house. I'm not. And you know why? Like, I talked about my mom's mom. May she rest in peace. May they both rest in peace. She passed away last year, like, and I'm not gonna do what she did and bring a bunch of guys in and out of my house. That's not, I just don't want to do that. I don't know, I don't necessarily think my mom thought anything negative about her mom, but I definitely know it made her uncomfortable. Like, it didn't make her feel any sort of way about her mom. Her mom was a dating single mother, but whose husband died when she had 3 little kids. Like, of course she was gonna date. So it wasn't like that, but it was just, it made my mom, I had stories of her uncomfortableness because some of the guys were younger, some of the guys, you know, were just creeps. So, yeah, I'm going to prioritize my children. And if I think if they had a choice, they would want just it to stay the way it is for now. They had a hard time back at the end of 2023. It wasn't just me that went through that. You know, that was like the hardest time of my life up until now. Like, you know, like so far in my life, it was like the worst time of my life ever. And I've been through a lot of shit. But, you know, those little kids went through a lot too. They had to travel across the country. You know, they were 2 years younger back then, and they have a sort of stability now, and now they have like a really tight schedule, and I just don't want to cause them any more grief that they've already haven't had in the last couple of years. You know, it's like, if that means that I shouldn't, if that means that I have to stay single, or that means that I have to date people merely only online and not in person, I mean, that is why I do it. It's not because I can't find a man in real life. It's because I don't want to traumatize my kids with my dating life. So it's easier to talk to people online because they can't just stop by. And then worlds collide and people don't get it. There should have been more visits. He should have been more open to that. I think that's where the disconnect came from for me, was that I took a step back from my children and was like, I think it'd be better if you just visited. And I guess I can understand why he'd be a little put off by that or hurt, but also I gotta put my kids first. And multiple times it didn't seem like that rubbed him the wrong way, it seemed. So that's a red flag that I can't ignore. So, and then all this online shit, it's just gotten trite and pathetic that, you know, he gets mad and immediately goes live in the middle of the night. Like, I'm pregnant. I don't need to wake up at fucking 3:30 in the morning and have to deal with this shit. It was 4:30 for me at the time, but like, it's been nearly 2 hours. It's like, it's funny to me. I went to bed early because, like I said, I was watching TV and I got like weird cramp from sitting like this, and it's passed. I think it was repositioning. Jesus, that took a while. Like, you comfy now? Man, it feels like they were like starfishing inside of me, just like, like, ow, ow, it's pressing everything I can press all at once. Like, I don't know if it was doing a somersault, it was doing something. Probably trying to fight Chris. It's like you've woken the baby up inside of me as well. Clearly, they weren't happy there for a minute. They were kicking me in the fucking everything. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Like, I'm glad they're on track. You're doing your best, and that's what counts. No one can ask for anything else. Yeah, finally Elson's like caught up. Like, he's so smart, but like there's just a few like things he was needed to catch up on because he was homeschooled, and I just felt so bad. I'm like, you know, I should have known better. Even though the like online schools didn't really require a lot of writing, I still should have had him doing writing stuff. And but now he's like excelling. He's getting awards. Like, I mean, he got an award last year too, but he's doing a lot better. He had a very hard teacher this year. Or does have a very hard teacher. Not in a bad way, but she's just like tough love kind of teacher, and I don't know. I think he kind of needed that. So, and contrary to popular belief, I baby the shit out of my kids. So you need a little like, you need to get on trackness, and